Hi, pupils, and welcome to the channel that is spelling that. In today's lesson, we are going to learn the modal verb need. Yeah, it's possible. If you want to know how this is possible, please stay.
Welcome to Language Adventure with Tanya. Imagine exploring the world through its languages. Picture yourself strolling past the Eiffel Tower, diving into the rich history of Germany, or savoring the vibrant culture of Spain. Each language opens a door to new experiences, friendships, and understanding. Whether you're mastering English, dancing to Korean rhythms, or savoring French cuisine, every word you learn is a step on this exciting journey. Let's embark on this adventure together and unlock the beauty of communication across the globe.
So, guys, you must be wondering why is need a modal verb? And the answer is simple. Need as a modal verb shows necessity or lack of necessity depending on the context. For example, it does not take an S in the third person in singular. What I do mean with that? That at the end of the verb, I won't need an S. For example, she need not go. If we're a main verb or not a modal verb, the statement will say she needs not to go. But we are talking about need as a modal verb. So in this case, even if it's the subject in she, he, it, we don't add an s at the end of the verb. So be careful in those details. Maybe that is one of the differences um, between need as a modal verb and need as a main verb. Then we have it is followed by the base form of the verb. For example, you need not worry. If you see here, we didn't add an s because that won't be a modal verb. It would be a main verb. So be careful in those details. Then we have it is used in negative and interrogative sentences. But it also exists in affirmative statements. I'm not saying that we will use just a negative or interrogative. It's possible also use it in affirmative, but let's see. If you see here, we have the structure for affirmative statements. We have the subject in blue, the modal verb need in red, and the base form of the verb in green plus the complement in black. For example, you need to finish your homework. Though in modal form, need is rarely used positively, but it's also used. Not common, but it's used. Then we have here, guys, a negative structure. We have the subject, and also in this case, we can use need not or needn't with contraction. It's up to you guys in which form you want to deny something with the modal verb need. If you prefer need not or needn't, is grammatically correct in both cases. It's up to you which one do you want to use. Then we have the base form of the verb plus the complement. For example, you need not bring your book tomorrow. You needn't worry about the exam. You'll do great. She need not come if she is busy. If you see here in this example, I use with contraction and without the contraction, and in both cases is grammatically correct. So it's up to you guys if you want to use the contraction or not. But in both cases is grammatically correct. Then we have, guys, the structure for interrogative or to make questions, right? And as any grammar structure, we will add the modal verb from the beginning, need, then the subject, the base form of the verb, the complement, and the question mark at the end. Need I call him now? Need I explain it again? Need we bring anything to the party? I hope that is a little bit clear how you will use need. So now, guys, let's see some differences between need as a modal verb and as a main verb. As a modal verb, need, when you use it in negative and interrogative forms without the auxiliary verb do, does, and did, because that it belongs to the present simple, right? For example, need, she leaves so early. If you see here, even if the subject is she, we didn't add an s. That it means that is a modal verb. Then we have need as a main verb. In this case, we can add an s, right? Requires and requires an auxiliary verb of simple present. For example, the auxiliary verb do, does, did, and for. And negative and questions, for example, does she need help? Then we have the differences, maybe the verb as a main verb need and as a modal verb. I need to call my mother. This means that it's a main verb. Why? Because it has the preposition to. Then we have need I call her now? This is a modal verb. So be careful, guys. Are little details, which means the differences, um, and you be able to identify when you see a sentence and you see the verb need if it's as a main verb or as a modal verb. Of course, that if you see a sentence using an auxiliary verb after present simple, right, like do, does, did, and for, you will see, oh, it's as a main verb. But if you see it without an auxiliary verb and without an s, even if the subject is in the third person, you will think, oh, it's as a modal verb. So these little details, guys, makes the differences, and it's in the way that we can differentiate them from main verb or modal verb. So be careful in those details, and you will understand very quickly. Then, guys, I decided like to picture out these examples for you to understand a little bit better. For example, the girl says, "Need we bring anything to the meeting tomorrow?" And the boss says, "No, we need not bring anything." And the other girl says, "Great, see you tomorrow." If you see here, we used need, making a question, interrogative, and in negation, saying not. No, we need not. And that's it, guys. I hope that you understood a little bit better the context of how you will use need. So now, guys, please keep in mind those details, please. These key points. Need as a modal verb is mostly used in negative and interrogative sentences. And it does not use the auxiliary verb do, does, or did as an auxiliary verb. So be careful in those key points, and you will differentiate when need is a modal verb or a main verb. So now, guys, after all the information that I give you, it's time to make an activity time. Don't be afraid. I'm 100% sure that you already know the answers. So let's begin. And the activity says, fill in the blanks. Complete the sentences with the correct form of the modal verb need. You not come if you don't want to. I finished this report today. We to leave early to catch the train. So, I don't know what are the answers, guys. If you know it, please write down below in the comments your answers, and I'll be reading those comments. So, thank you, guys. Don't forget to give a like and hit that bell button and subscribe. Thanks for watching my videos. See you in the next lesson. Don't forget to comment your answers.